Good evening. Thank you all for coming. My name is Ryan Hines. I'm the Director of Formational Ministries here at St. Peter and Paul. And I'm very excited to be talking to you all today. Today we're going to talk about the importance of you being involved in your children's faith and how you need to work with them and to be persuasive of them and keeping them involved. And we're going to go through a series of statistics and so forth that talk about the impact that you as parents have on your children, and not just as they get older or younger, but the whole way through, okay? And so if we just look at this summer, for example, we're about 2/3 of the way through this summer, and here in Minnesota we have about 90 days off, which constitutes 2,160 hours, which is 1,440 minutes a day, for a total of 129,600 minutes, okay, over those 90 days. And my question to you is, other than maybe going to church for 1 hour on Sunday, how many of those minutes or hours did you and your family give to Jesus? Okay? Now, I'm a huge supporter of sports, music, drama, whatever. I think those are all very important for your children to be in. But take a look at the number of, talk to a 12 or 13-year-old boy, and the chances are they're in a sports acceleration program, maybe for basketball, or for football, or for baseball, and they go to those maybe once or twice in the evening, maybe even 2 or 3 hours every day, all so they can make the JV team as opposed to the freshman team. Is it really worth that much? Or we'll take dance lessons. We talk to young children who have dance lessons, 8, 9 years old, they dance for an hour or two a day. Same thing can be said for drama, voice lessons, even something I grew up on the farm, but horseback riding lessons. But how often would they go if you said, we're going to have a church camp for 2 or 3 hours every day all summer long? Would they go? Okay, could you convince them how important it was as mom and dad to tell them they need to go to that church camp, okay? And what I want to do is I want to share some statistics with you. The Tennessee Baptist Convention a couple years ago released this statement about VBS, that's Vacation Bible School, for usually ages 5 to about 11, all right? They said Vacation Bible School is the single largest outreach event for most churches. Studies show anywhere from 25 to 20% of all baptisms in Southern Baptist churches are a direct result of Vacation Bible School, okay? Because the setting is relaxed, opportunities and nuances, so on and so forth, Bible studies lead on, and it goes on to say how VBS is worth it. So I come to you and say, why would you not put your child in a Vacation Bible School in the summer? 25 to 20% of their baptisms in the Tennessee Baptist Church down there were a result of the VBS. Now, imagine taking your 9-year-old to acting lessons, all right, and say, out of every child who walks through our door, 25 to 20% of them are going to be professional actors, are going to be the next Tom Hanks, are going to be the next, I don't know, whatever female singers are popular right now, that Miley Cyrus. Can you imagine if they said that? Could you get that promise from the instructor that were the results? But they still hear that that's what happens for these children going to VBS, and multiple studies have shown that. Okay. Baptist Covenant Church had the same thing with their VBS. They say about 25% of their baptisms come as a result of their Bible schools in the evening and so forth, the VBSs. You would never get that guarantee from a coach or from a teacher or so forth, okay? In 2006, nearly 3 million people were enrolled in summer VBS, with 200,000 of them subsequently being baptized. Another study comes out and shows right there, okay? And I want to go now to a little bit farther on to our teenager years, like 13 to 18. Studies show that roughly 80% of teenagers say their parents are the main influence in their faith-based decision. So as far as encouraging them to get involved in the church or in the summer camps. Now, about 5 years ago, I met somebody from Youth Forum. I asked a Protestant who worked with high school teenagers, and they said, a study showed that roughly 75% of adults can trace back to the ages of 13 to 16 or 17 their faith-based decisions. Even though they didn't know it, imagine when you're 14 years old knowing who you're going to marry. Or imagine when you're 14 years old saying, I'm going to work as a cop, or as a teacher, or as a doctor, or as a small business owner for the rest of my life, and here's what I'm going to do. Well, studies show that they can trace that back in their faith to about the ages of, like I said, 13, 16, 17, their teenage years. And unfortunately, a good chunk we talked earlier actually leave the faith. But I want to bring some quotes to you from teenagers who have been involved in camps that we've ran here at our parish. There's a young man by the name of Ben was a sophomore in high school who flat out said I was a typical cradle Catholic, and by attending a summer camp, it caused me to take my faith serious, and I am now going to be entering the seminary this fall. As an 18-year-old who was a great athlete, could have played college sports, and is choosing that. I'll bring to you another young girl in our parish named Margaret, who was an 8th grader, and she came to our summer camp that we put on here, and she said, because of the talks there, I used to be a lukewarm Catholic. I went to church sometimes, but because of that, they convinced me to start praying my rosary every day. And since then, I've prayed the rosary every day for over 2.5 years, and it's changed my life. Now, there are any other things that you could get when you get that type of impact. And we're not talking about a career, we're talking about salvation. All right? So I come before you to show you some different opportunities for you to get involved with your youth this summer. Okay? Right here, we have a junior high camp sponsored by a local parish for kids in grades 6 to 8 for only $190. Amazing food, amazing speakers, amazing retreat center. Why would you not want to sign your children up for a camp like this? We have the same exact thing for our seniors. And also for those of you going to college. Say you have a son or daughter going to college this year. We're always looking for small group chaperones. Take the opportunity to sign your children up for these. We have forms available on the way out for you to take home with you and get your children signed up for these camps. We have mission trips and so forth. And what I hope to show you is the impact that you could have on your children and why they need to be involved in these, because these decisions, we're not going to just affect them tomorrow or in 3 weeks, but for the rest of their life. This has the importance, impact to shape their salvation long term. Thank you all for your time and have a great day.